A Story of Friends, Chapter 7. Precious woke up on Sunday morning thinking that it would be nice to go to the Easter basket to see Easter egg. She lazed around in her soft bed feeling snugly for a while. She also pondered something that her friend Patience had said when telling her story to her the other day. It was a bit funny to her because she realized that she now had an answer to one of her great questions. It seemed like such a simple answer that it didn't even scare her anymore. She wondered why she had not figured it out before and spent so much time worrying about it. Precious had always feared the great shadow, the story told by everyone of what caused her egg friends to disappear from Eggland and never return. Through Patience's story, she learned that turtles and maybe even others disappear as well as eggs. But now with Patience telling her story, it was no longer a great mystery about what caused these disappearances. There was an explanation. The cause was explained, and it all made sense. The great shadow mystery was a great bird, a hawk. And a hawk has great talents to pick up little eggs and turtles. But because eggs cannot look up and down or right or left, all they could see were the talons and their friend or family member being lifted up into the sky. Patience, who was a little turtle, could look around, however. She could see who was carrying her away, and she could see the baby birds who tried to peck at her. Patience had told her the story of getting carried away from Eggland Lake by those great talons that swept down from the sky and picked her up out of the water. Then she was dropped into a nest among baby birds high in a tree, and high up in the mountains above Eggland. The baby birds could not tap through her thick shell to eat her, and so they pushed her out of the nest to the rocks below. Precious was paying great attention as she listened to this story. She was amazed at Patience's courage as she went through such a frightening ordeal. Precious's own fears about what might happen to her seemed tiny in comparison to what did happen to Patience. And Patience was able to handle it all. She even made some important new discoveries about herself because of it. Precious wondered how the other eggs would feel if they ever heard this new explanation about the great shadow. Would they believe her? Knowing that there is a valid fear for eggs and for turtles, to be wary of hawks, meant that little eggs could now take special precautions to avoid them. This might make them safer. With this explanation, Precious did not feel like the hawks were an enemy. They were just trying to find food for their babies. She didn't like the idea that the food was a little egg, but it was not that they were motivated by hatred and meanness. This was all a lot to figure out for Precious, but she was happy she had these clues about the truth, rather than being afraid of some unknown force that was so scary. She wondered if she should tell Patience's story to Easter Egg so that he could tell others. Just as she was feeling ready to get up, Precious could hear her brother, Bad Egg, and his friend, Scrambled Egg, in another room, scurrying around. It was still really early in the morning, and it sounded like they were going out. They were talking to each other quietly, but Precious heard something about turtles. She listened carefully. "The best time is early in the morning," said Bad Egg to Scrambled Egg. "Yeah," said Scrambled. "They are still asleep on the dogs." On the logs. "Last time I got one," Bad Egg bragged. "I caught it when it was trying to jump into the water. But I bet this early there will be so many more that are out." "Yeah," said Scrambled. "You can make turtle soup." "What?" thought Precious. "They're going to catch turtles to eat them." Bad Egg and Scrambled Egg looked up out of the nest, and Precious raced about to get ready to go after them. She needed to stop them from going on a turtle hunt. She thought of Patience and all her brothers and sisters. She was horrified that her brother and his friend would hurt her good friend for fun. By the time that Precious was running towards the lake, the turtle hunters were long gone. But she did see them when she got close to the water. They were hiding along the bank behind a tree. Sleeping turtles lined log after log, sticking up from the swampy shores, while lazy little waves lapped up against them. Both Scrambled and Bad Egg had rocks in their hands. "Bad Egg!" Precious called out. "Hi!" She pretended that she was just coming across them at the lake. "What are you doing?" she asked. "We're going turtle hunting," he said. "Turtle hunting? What does that mean?" "You know, hunting turtles. We hit them with rocks and then catch them and take them home for turtle soup, of course." "What did you think that turtle hunting means?" Bad Egg spoke impatiently, as though Precious was too stupid to know what he was talking about. "Oh," she said, "but what about my friend Patience? Where is she? Have you met her? I want to make sure that you don't hurt her." "Who?" the little eggs asked in surprise. "Do you mean that you know a turtle? Is a turtle your friend? How can you have a turtle for a friend?" "Of course. And not only is Patience my friend, I know her brothers and sisters as well. They are all my friends," offered Precious with enthusiasm. "Would you like to meet them too?" she asked. By this point, with all the conversation going on between Precious and her brother, a few turtles had stirred and were looking in surprise at the eggs, chatting on the shore. Because of other incidents where little eggs had gone turtle hunting in the past, some became frightened and dove immediately into the water. A few had met Precious the night that she brought Patience home and wondered what she was doing. One jumped into the lake and swam over to wake up Patience. "Precious!" Patience called. "Precious, hi! What are you doing here so early in the morning?" "Hi, Patience," Precious answered. "I guess I'm here to introduce you to my brother and his friend. Come over and meet them." Bad Egg and Scrambled Egg were very surprised to hear Precious talking to a turtle, because they did not understand turtle talk. But it was clear that Precious and Patience knew each other, even if Bad Egg and Scrambled could not understand anything that Patience said. Bad Egg was curious. "Can I learn to understand turtle talk?" he asked Precious. "I bet you can," she said. "But you have to make friends with her and care about her first." "Well, I do think she's kind of cute," he said. "I'd like to get to know a turtle." "Me too," said Scrambled. "Great," said Precious. "Let's have a lesson in turtle talk." And that led to a fun early morning visit on the shores of Eggland Lake. It didn't take Bad Egg and Scrambled Egg very long at all to learn turtle talk, and of course Patience could understand everything that the eggs said without any difficulty whatsoever. Little by little, a few other turtles joined the fringes of the language class, and pretty soon they were all helping each other to learn turtle talk and egg language. They were pretty smart and good teachers for each other. There was no turtle hunt that day or ever again at Eggland Lake.